Good evening, everyone, and welcome here for round 3 of the 2020 season. We enter for Las Vegas. Las Vegas has always kind of played host for the 3rd round of the championship season. And coming in this race, Eric Demax has won the first 2 races to start the season. Demax, along with many other drivers, qualified very poorly coming in this event. A lot of drivers that could be contenders for this afternoon will have to claw their way from the rear. And one driver that will have to come from the rear, oddly enough, was our pole award winner. Dejon Weeks won the pole for this weekend, but will have to start at the rear due to a penalty for the car not being inspected before the season. Dejon Weeks and his teammate Eric Burton will start on the last row of the grid, and they will have to fight their way to the front. Never has that happened in the series. Dejon Weeks is the first ever driver to win the pole award, but will have to start at the tail end of the field. So Dejon Weeks, again, 3rd week of the season, 3rd race weekend of the entire 2020 season. It has really not went his way, but it ends on lap 100, and he's going to have to fight his way from the rear to try and get good points. It has not been his luck, along with many other drivers. Some drivers like Ryan Acosta, he starts on the outside of the front row. He and his teammates of Chris Dodd and Ryan Griffin, they are so low in points. They need a good run right now. A lot of drivers need some good runs, but one driver that really rebounded last week that has inherited the pole, Jake Baskinger, he will lead us down to the green for today's race. Baskinger got the pole, but he does not have the pole award. Baskinger will lead us to the green today, and a great run at Phoenix when he got 2nd to Eric Demax. Demax, speaking of him, could make history, to tie history at least, Richard Johnson being the only driver to ever win 3 straight races. Nobody's ever done that. A lot of drivers have won back-to-back, but never 3 straight. Demax has got a long ways to go if he wants to achieve that today. Last week at Phoenix, we saw strategy really come into play. It hurts some drivers, it benefits some other drivers. And with this new tire compound for this season, all tracks 2 miles under, it's going to be interesting to see how it continues to play. Jake Baskinger is on the front row with Ryan Acosta. Luke Martin's there, Jordan Davis, Jeff James, John Arndt, Caleb Hoffman, James Shelley. That's the top 8 there as we come to take. Get ready for 150 miles, round 3. We are green. Jake Baskinger really not able to get off to a very good start. He drives it off into turn 3, though. Luke Martin for CM Racing continuing to impress me here. His teammate, though, John Arndt, looks like he's in trouble. Martin trying to draw even for the lead, but his teammate of Martin's teammate, Arndt, looks like he's in trouble. Arndt is way drifting back on the high side. Really not where you want to be there. Carson Scott, who is very fast in practice for Monster Energy Racing, taking him 3 wide. You do not want to be up there in that groove. Right now, there's no grip whatsoever. Caleb Hoffman up there in the same groove. Looked like he may have scraped the wall there. Hoffman back for the first race since Daytona. He missed Phoenix, and he's way up there. He's got a good car, but he needs to settle in, and he does finally. But up for the lead, Luke Martin for CM Racing. What a start to the season for CM Racing in the Cup Series. We have not seen this speed from them ever in the Sony Cup Series, and they're out front. Martin takes the lead. Ryan Acosta up the middle on Baskinger. He's in a ton of performance sandwich right there, and Acosta gets back into 2nd place. Jordan Davis underneath of his teammate Jake Baskinger. Baskinger struggling a little bit. He's down to 4th place. James Shelley, Jesse Turner, they're marching their way to the front. Turner Performance is up here very early. Jeff James is having a pretty good run so far as well. Chris Dodd's the leading Allen Family Racing Team driver. He's up here as well in the 8th place. Zayden Davidson's in 9th in the race for 10th. Cody Lamas has it. He had a great qualifying effort. He's actually ran very well this weekend so far. He's holding 10th. Zachary Fitzwater had a good run at Phoenix. He's looking to get up there and get in the top 10. Try and battle Cody Lamas. His teammate Jordan Fisher is right behind him. Hoffman also settling in line. He's down at 14th. Carson Scott has drifted a ways back, but he is racing with Lynn, DJ Curtis, and Ryan Griffin. Jake Baskinger has been able to get right back up into 3rd place and regroup after the first couple of laps. He's up to 3rd. James Shelley, he's worked his way up to 4th place past his teammate Jordan Davis. Jesse Turner working on Jeff James there. James has got a good car for tonight. He struggled at Phoenix, but he is up here in the top 10 so far. It is early, and we're going to have to see how that team and the driver can fold. They struggled at Phoenix, but on this new tire here at Las Vegas, they look pretty good so far. But they're right here in 6th place. Zayden Davidson struggled at Phoenix. It's good to see some of these guys that really didn't fare too well at Phoenix run very well here at Las Vegas tonight. And Davidson passes Chris Dodd. So does Lamas. Dodd way up high. Not where you really want to be, but he gets the run to stay ahead of Fitzwater. Ryan Griffin has worked his way up to 14th place. The race for 15th is between the Horizon Group cars. Jeffrey Lynn, Kyle Collins racing each other pretty hard back here side by side. There's Dylan Schwellenberg there. He's 2nd in the points coming in this race. And further back, the championship leader of Eric Demax, who has won the first 2 races. He qualified poorly, so did many other drivers. They're having to work their way up from the starting grid. But Dejon Weeks, who started on the last row of the grid, he's up in the top 30. He's working his way past Richard Johnson and Dom Capps, now underneath of Hayden Klein as well. But he is on a march right now. Caleb Hoffman's season cannot get off to an even worse start. He has a flat tire, and he has to come down pit road. As the leaders try and lap Caleb Hoffman, James Shelley is alongside of Jake Baskinger. Shelley, what an opening start to the season for 2020. What a rejuvenating career it's looking for James Shelley for Turner Performance. He's the highest running driver of them, and in the 71, he's up to 3rd place. And he's looking for more too. Underneath of Ryan Acosta now, trying to take this position away. And Acosta looks like he doesn't really have an answer for him. He's going to try and get the run on the high side, but Shelley looking very good early on. He's looking for 2nd place to try and run down Luke Martin. And Martin for CM Racing continuing to be super impressive. I'm so surprised at the pace that CM Racing has had early on this season. They have found something, and they're competitive this season. They look very fast. Shelley is up to 2nd. Bassinger is looking for 3rd, and here comes Jordan Davis as well. Problems for Joseph Strigley. He has also came down pit road to change tires. Further back outside the top 10, Ryan Griffin is up to 11th place. Outside the top 10, it is Zachary Fitzwater in 12th. Jeffrey Lynn's there in 13th. 14th and 15th, that is DJ Curtis and Dylan Schwellenberg. Schwellenberg's actually moving his way up very well. And his teammate Dejon Weeks continuing to march. He's a little further back. But Jordan Fisher and John Art they're in 16th and 17th. Bobby Jones just got passed by Dejon Weeks. Weeks is up to 18th place, 41st to 18th in just 16 laps. And also back here, 21st and 22nd, the 9 and the 10, Matthew Rodriguez and Eric Demax. They're also trying to work their way up. Richard Johnson's back here with Jack Hallett. Hallett got his first top 10 last week. And Carson Scott looked very fast in practice. He's down at 26. Hayden Klein's here with Dom Capps, Alexander Rowe, James Soarfox. Sanford's back here. Eric Burton's not faring as well as his teammates. Hannah Allen, Sean Harple, Daniel Bouchard, Johnny Gardner, and a lot of the other drivers. Also, Griffin Lapo McDermott, he is back here, and this is his first ever Sony Cup Series start. Kudos to him and this race team for Great Lakes Motorsports logging some laps as they're running in 40th right now. Last of the lead lap cars, but he is making his debut for the series back here in the 40th place. Ryan Acosta is getting picked off one by one by the Turner Performance cars. Jordan Davis just worked his way around him. Now here comes Jesse Turner. And the entire Turner Performance team is looking so good tonight. CM Racing's own Luke Martin is leading the way here at Las Vegas so far. But it is Shelley, Bassinger, Davis, and Turner making up the second, third, fourth, and fifth place. And they are so fast right now. And Caleb Hoffman on newer tires just a little bit, trying to get his lap back, work his way back up there. And Zayden Davidson, I got to give him a call. He is holding in strong so far. Him and Jeff James both, they are doing a outstanding performance. Jesse Turner way wide, almost in the wall. Davidson going to try and pick him off. Turner's in the wall there. Wow, Turner really messed up that corner. That's unusual for Turner to make a mistake like that. Acosta gets those positions back. And Turner falls all the way down to 10th place, and he's actually going to fall outside the top 10. Turner may have to come to pit road early because that might have caused a fender rub, and Turner loses out to Griffin. He's down to 11th. Look at this move here by Chris Dodd just to send it down into turn 3 on Jeff James. A lot of people are critical about Chris Dodd just hanging around there 11th through 16th place all the time, but Chris Dodd's a heck of a driver. He has shown that in the series in the FBRL and got it done on Jeff James, and Jeff James isn't no slouch. Jeff James is a talented driver with 10 plus wins in the series, and Chris Dodd put one on him and moved up a place. Jeffrey Lynn trying to get around Zachary Fitzwater. Jordan Fisher looking to go up the middle on both of them. Dejon Weeks is there too. This is a pretty good scrap for the 13th place. Dylan Schwellenberg is kind of checked out with 12th place. He's trying to run down that battle for 10th. Jesse Turner still trying to work on Cody Lamas. Jeffrey Lynn getting a big shove through the middle of the corner by Dejon Weeks. Remember, Weeks won the pole award. Had to start at the tail end of the field, and he's got a quick car. And he gets a good run through the center there to work on Jeffrey Lynn to get by him. There's DJ Curtis, Dylan Young's there, Matthew Rodriguez, Eric Demax are coming up. And if Eric Demax is going to make it 3 in a row, he's going to need to pull off another pit strategy miracle for this afternoon. And it could happen still. He's there in 20th on lap 25. Race for third position. Here comes Jordan Davis at the inside of his teammate Jake Baskinger. Baskinger lets him have it. And Jordan Davis is up to third place. Ryan Griffin continues to be on a very good charge up the field. He just worked his way around his teammate Chris Dodd. Zayden Davidson just got past as well. And he's going to try and work on his other teammate of Ryan Acosta, who holds 5th place. And there he goes. Remember, Ryan Griffin won this race last year, and it was the start of many race victories. One of the start of the many race victories. He won at Rockingham the race before that. But Griffin knows how to get around Las Vegas, gets around his teammate for 5th place. Could be seeing a race for the lead here soon. CM Racing, Luke Martin have led this race since the beginning here. But James Shelley looking to get this win here. Looking to get the lead. We're not even halfway yet, but talking about James Shelley contending for the win. It is super exciting to see James Shelley up here competitive. There was a time back in the series where Shelley was very good and was able to race for wins here. And we have not seen that out of him in a while. A rejuvenating of his career, really. Going to the Hardy's National Series for Turner Performance. Moving up the cup level with them. And he's showing out right now early on in the 2020 season. Jordan Davis is running them down. Looks like there's a problem down in turn 4. No, the leaders are just coming to pit. The leaders are coming down pit road. Coming to lap 30. And the leaders are coming down pit road. Luke Martin. All the leaders are coming to pit road. However, Eric Demax and Zachary Fitzwater, they played this strategy at Phoenix as well. Both drivers played this strategy of staying out the longest of anybody, and they're going to take the lead as the pit strategy starts to try and unwind itself. Luke Martin and CM Racing still holds the lead. It is Luke Martin, then James Shelley, Jordan Davis in 3rd, 4th is Ryan Acosta, 5th is Zayden Davidson, 6th is Caleb Hoffman right now, but that should change here soon. It looks like it is, as he's getting passed right now. But how about Dejon Weeks? Great pit calls and a fantastic stop for him. They're looking 3 wide there with Jake Bassinger going up the middle. Griffin kind of held them up. They had to make adjustments and the different strategy calls as well. So I wonder how this is all going to play. But Dejon Weeks from the back of the row of the starting lineup started 41st. Dejon Weeks, where is he lining up here? This is 6th place. That is amazing, really. Lap 34, and he's up to 6th place, and really in contention to try and fight for the win this afternoon. Ryan Griffin, Jake Baskinger, Cody Lamas, that's all the way back to 9th place. Dylan Schwellenberg's up there in 10th place. Eric Demax, Matthew Rodriguez, they're right there with their teammate. Caleb Hoffman's going to have to pit at some point. And then Jack Halleck in the 90, another great call for the 90 team. He's up in the top 15. Jeff James has kind of faltered a little bit. And then there's Jeffrey Lynn in 16th. 17th is Jesse Turner. They had to make adjustments for him. Down to 17th, Dylan Young's in 18th. Fitzwater and Dodd. Dodd's dropped out of the top 20 now. Here comes Jordan Fisher past him. And then further outside the top 20, Kyle Collins, Eric Burton kind of rebound a little bit, 23rd. DJ Curtis, Carson Scott making up the top 25. Hayden Klein's 26. Richard Johnson, Charles Sanford there. James Silverfox, and then Alexander Rowe in the top 30. We're going to go a little deeper as well. Hannah Allen and Bobby Jones. Bobby Jones, this has not been the start of the season he would have liked. His teammates running up there contending for the win this afternoon. And he's kind of been nowhere. Same with his teammate Sean Hartwell. They're deep down the order, and John Hart is as well. Even though it's just really not been his night, he's fell back early on. His teammates up there leading the race, and Art's got to be a little frustrated with that. He's down outside the top 30. And then you have Vance Caldwell for Texas Motorsports 35th. Johnny Gardner there. Dom Capps racing Daniel Bouchard 37th, 38th. And then 39th, Doug Lockrow. That's the last of the cars on the lead lap. Trouble! Joseph Shrigley! A hard hit to the inside for Joseph Shrigley. And I think he made contact with Ryan Griffin. All of a sudden, I just seen a car spinning down off of turn 2. And this has not been the 2 weeks this team would have hoped to have had in 2020. 2 wrecked race cars back-to-back for the season. And Joseph Shrigley gonna limp it back. Here it is. Joseph Shrigley just got in the wall there, but he was racing Griffin Lapo McDermott, and Griffin got into him and spun him around, and luckily hit the barrier right there before he hit the other barrier. The little hole in the wall, but we'll get a replay of that again. Yeah, Joseph Shrigley was racing with Griffin Lapo McDermott, and he was just racing alongside a Baskinger there, got up in the wall, and that slowed his momentum dramatically, and Ryan Griffin came up on him so fast, and Shrigley kind of came off the wall as well, and Griffin ran up on him, and the 63 slides almost in the wall, right, the opening of the wall. That would have been a harder hit for Shrigley, but luckily he just hit the barrier and he kept himself from pancaking that wall like he looked like he was going to. Going to get an onboard with Ryan Griffin. Yeah, it looks like he didn't know where he was going to go, and Griffin just got in the back of him and spun him around. However, there's not a caution! There is not a caution! There was no yellow for that! Okay. Alright, I guess no yellow, but Joseph Shrigley's still out there running. He has fell down the running order now. He's down dead last, but he's going to try and get as much points as possible, because who knows if people wreck out, but there's no caution flag. And he's going to try and come down pit road. I don't know if he's going to retire the car or not, but Shrigley, that car is beat up. Zayden Davidson looking to make a move here on Ryan Acosta for 4th place. Here he comes to the inside. And what a night for Zayden Davidson. Davidson needs a run like this. Davidson proving his case here in the Sony Cup Series. What a move right now to get underneath of Ryan Acosta. He is up to 4th if he can make this pass. It's very difficult because Las Vegas, you can make this groove work on the high side. But Davidson for Hero Motorsports trying to clear that 45. Hero Motorsports gets engines from Turner Performance. They get a little help from the Turner Performance team. And Zayden Davidson making the most of it tonight. He's up to 4th place. Dejon Weeks to the inside of Ryan Acosta. Gonna take over the 5th place and try and get Zayden Davidson for 4th. Jake Baskinger looking to get around Ryan Acosta as well. A little further back, Eric Demax may be in trouble by Jesse Turner. Turner trying to rebound. Turner to the inside. Going to take 12th place away. Caleb Hoffman's a lap down, but Dylan Young's for a lead lap position. And Young's going to try and take that position away from Demax as well. And Matthew Rodriguez looking to get around Dylan Schwellenberg. This is a spot to get into the top 10. Both Rodriguez and... Actually, I don't think Rodriguez has finished in the top 10 in both races. Dylan Schwellenberg, I know for sure, has. Rodriguez in the 9. Hey, he has not. He is one of those drivers that has not finished in the top 10 in both 2 races so far. But Rodriguez has gotten around Dylan Schwellenberg. Ryan Griffin got really close there to Jake West. But Llama's trying to hang on for 8th place. He's under fire for Ryan Griffin. And Dejon Weeks just sails past Zayden Davidson. Weeks is up to 4th place. And what a drive right now by Dejon Weeks to come from basically dead last up to 4th place, not even halfway in the race. Matthew Rodriguez, Dylan Schwellenberg, they march past Ryan Griffin. They're going to try and march past Cody Lamas as well. Rodriguez and Schwellenberg move up another place. They're up to 8th and 9th. Griffin trying to follow him through. There's the lap car. Caleb Hoffman there too. But Griffin trying to get 10th here. Griffin and Lamas side by side. A great night for Cody Lamas anyway. To be running up here with these guys. And back to 11th place. Jeffrey Lynn to the inside of Jeff James. This is for the 16th place. Jeffrey Lynn's always been very good here at Las Vegas. To the inside of Jeff James. James has a win here at Las Vegas. Side by side for position. Jeff James was running the top 10 early on, but has drifted back some. But he's trying to hold off to Jeffrey Lynn, but Lynn's fighting on the inside. Eric Burton doing a pretty solid job right now. He's in 18th place. Chris Dawes in 19th. Jack Halleck just worked his way around DJ Curtis to get in the top 20. But Curtis is looking to get back at him here, trying to do a crossover. And then there's Hayden Klein back there in 22nd. 23rd, Jordan Fisher. 24th for Carson Scott. Charles Sanford's there. James Sorfox. Some of these guys back here are still not having the best of nights, but they're trying to get as much positions as possible. Kyle Collins, 27th. John Arndt has worked his way in the top 30 now. Same with Bobby Jones. Alexander Rowe continuing to run in 30th. Jake Baskinger looking to make a move on Zayden Davidson to the inside. Trying to sail it up on the inside, but Davidson drove it up on the outside. And he's going to try and hold off Baskinger for now. This is the best thing that Davidson can do to be proving his case to the Turner drivers that he deserves a spot there at Hero Motorsports. And what a night it has been for him to be running in 5th place in this 13 car. He's out driving Jake Baskinger, the guy you really need to try and beat the most. And Baskinger, a past winner at this track. It's good to see for Zayden Davidson. But up front, further back, or up front, Jordan Davis to the inside of his teammate James Shelley. And Davis looks like he's going to be able to get it. Whoa, Shelley! Shelley is really plowing out there. He's really tight now. And he's struggling with this race car. Luke Martin in the 0 is pulling away. He's got about a 2-second lead on Jordan Davis, last year's champion. Dylan Young has quietly moved his way into the top 10. Same with Jesse Turner. Some drivers that have fell out of it. Cody Lamas, Dylan Schwellenberg, and Ryan Griffin. They have struggled here late in this run. And Zachary Fitzwater has rebounded. He is up here trying to get into the top 10 as well. He's up to 12th place, trying to run down Cody Lamas. They're running up on Doug Lockrow. Nearly contact there. He nearly got spun just like Joseph Shrigley. And what a move by Zachary Fitzwater. Dylan Young's coming to pit road. He's going to short pit. I have no clue if short pitting or staying out is the best game in the long run, but some drivers like John Arndt are down on pit road. Bassinger and Davidson continue to race there. Luke Martin, the leader, is signaling to pit road. They will have one more pit stop after this. Luke Martin, who has dominated this race for CM Racing, is hitting the pit road. And from the back of the grid to the lead, Dejon Weeks stays out. Problems for John Arndt. He has fell out of the race. He was on pit road for a long time, and something is amiss with the 3 car. While his teammates out front leading this race, John Arndt has had issues. And there's the leaders on pit road. As things start to slowly cycle out, Luke Martin has a pretty decent margin right now. Nearly 3 seconds. The CM Racing crew gave him a great stop. And Luke Martin, if a caution doesn't come out, he's looking very good. Jordan Davis is going to have to make a humongous charge to try and take this one down. He's there in second. James Shelley's in third. Fourth place, Zayden Davidson again, holding in strong. Fourth, Dejon Weeks did not have a good stop there, it seems. He lost a position back to Davidson again through pit stops. He's there in fifth. Sixth is Jake Baskinger. Seventh, Ryan Acosta. Eighth place is Ryan Acosta. Ninth is Dylan Young. Jesse Turner is down here in 10th. And then a little outside of the top 10, you have Cody Lamas with Zachary Fitzwater. They're racing for position. Caleb Hoffman will be pitting here soon. He got off sequence early on. But Ryan Griffin's there in 13th. 14th is Eric Demax. He might not get a top 10. He's to the inside of Ryan Griffin. And then further back, Jeffrey Lynn will assume 15th when Caleb Hoffman pits. And then there's Dylan Schwellenberg. He has kind of been a miss all afternoon after having 2 dominant races to start the season. Him and Eric Demax both have kind of really not been there. Matthew Rodriguez and Ryan Acosta, they just blew right by Jake Baskinger. Baskinger seems like he's better in the long run, but he just lost out to 2 positions. Here comes Dylan Young as well to try and fight for him. Dejon Weeks has worked his way back into 4th past Zayden Davidson. Davidson is under fire from Matthew Rodriguez. Rodriguez, just like Weeks, had a poor qualifying effort, and Rodriguez, late in the run, is coming to life. He just drove right by the 13. He's in the top 5 for the first time all night. Charles Sanford as well has entered the top 20, and it might be due to strategy, and they may have gotten adjustments on that Red Bull car, but he has kind of came to life. He was running back there about 25th for most of the race, and he has ran up on Jeffrey Lynn, and he's going to try and make a move here, possibly. Nope, as they try and make their way around Griffin Lapo McDermott in the 56 in his debut. He's riding around in 40th, getting some laps under his belt, getting experience. And the 5 of Charles Sanford Racing Lynn, this is for 16th place. Aiden Klein working on Eric Burton, 2 past champions from way long ago. Both Eric Burton and Aiden Klein, Season 4 and Season 9 champions. Door to door there for a second. Hey, Halleck's there as well. That's a battle for 19th place between 19th, 20th, and 21st place drivers. And Halleck isn't really having the run that he would have liked, probably, but that team still has a lot to go for. They had a tremendous afternoon at Phoenix last week, and here at Las Vegas, to be running in the top 20, that's still a pretty good day, all things considering. And that team racing with a Gamp car and Young Wicked Racing and Fisher Motorsports. Young Wicked Racing, though, Hayden Klein, that team has made big improvements for this season. We have a race here. Here comes Dejon Weeks. Just went right by James Shelley. That was for 4th place. And hold on a second. Matthew Rodriguez has worked his way around both of them. Here's how this happened. Matthew Rodriguez went to the inside of Dejon Weeks. I knew Weeks was running down James Shelley, but I didn't even see this. Matthew Rodriguez ran down Dejon Weeks, past him, and is going to make a move on James Shelley to get around him as well. So that 9 car is on rails. Rodriguez making the pass on both of them in 1 lap. Rodriguez is up to 3rd place. Ryan Acosta trying to make a move on James Shelley. His car is fading in this race, and he's going to fall outside the top 5. Ryan Acosta is back in the top 5. Dylan Young sitting back there in the 7th position. Jake Baskinger has worked his way around Zayden Davidson. That's 8th and 9th place. And Jesse Turner a little ways back in 10th, racing with Cody Lamas. And how about this? Zayden Davidson is short pitting here. Some drivers are on pit road a little early. Alexander Rowe looks like he may have issues there in the 05. He looks like he may have the hood up on the 05 car. And problems for Rowe and the FAR team as the laps tick away. Interesting call by Davidson and Hero Motorsports to short pit. I wonder how that's gonna play. But look at this. Jordan Davis has cut the lead down to only 1.5 seconds, and don't look further back, but Matthew Rodriguez is within 2 seconds. And Rodriguez has came from a long ways back in that number 9 car. He has been flying right now, and Dejon Weeks has this too. He's down there in 4th place. But Matthew Rodriguez started pretty much in the back of the field as well with Dejon Weeks. I don't know what happened to some of those drivers in qualifying. Rodriguez, one of them, just was not there. They got the 05 as Alexander Rowe fixed. But Luke Martin could be in trouble here as we have about 16 laps to go next time by. Martin is fading, and the guys coming to life. Matthew Rodriguez, Dejon Weeks, they're running down even Jordan Davis. Eric Demax around the outside of Cody Lamas, going to get that position away. Caution flag is out. And this is going to allow green flag pit stops. I don't know what the caution flag is out for. And look at this. The caution comes out, and there is literally nothing. Possibly a debris caution flag. It could have been from the 26, but he looked like he rode the wall down in 1 and 2. But there is nothing I can find to see why the officials would throw yellow other than maybe debris. And you would think with the 63 spinning earlier that would have brought the yellow out, but it didn't. But this has brought the yellow out, and unfortunately Zayden Davidson in the 13, his strategy has not paid off for him. He is 2 laps down in 38th. So when we go back green, it'll be near 10 laps to go. And this is going to be interesting calls right now. Wow. Okay, as we get back to the restart, Dejon Weeks took only gas. Only gas with 12 laps to go. That might not be the right call. Luke Martin's second. Jordan Davis is there in third. Zachary Fitzwater took only gas. Matthew Rodriguez there. Dylan Young, Ryan Acosta. James Shelley is still a ways down the running order. Jake Baskinger. Eric Demax. Then a little further back, Cody Lamas. Gas only for these guys of Klein, Sanford, then Turner, Griffin, Burton, Schrellenberg. But as we come back to the restart with 12 laps to go, how is this finish going to play? We're underway. Dejon Weeks needs to clear the lap cars and get something going. Luke Martin in the 0 has dominated this race for CM Racing, trying to get their first win. Luke Martin wanting to get CM Racing their first win. He's trying to keep Jordan Davis behind him, but Davis to the inside, lap cars to the inside, trying to battle each other. Whoa, Fitzwater's way up high. He has no grip. Oh, man. Joseph Shrigley holding up a few other drivers. Martin around the outside there in the 0 car, made his way around Caleb Hoffman. What a move by Luke Martin. And Martin's got a run on Dejon Weeks. Nothing Weeks can do. No grip whatsoever compared to the new tires that Martin has. And here comes Shelley. Oh, and Weeks is going to have to come to pit road. A terrible strategy call. And Weeks, again, for the 3rd race in a row, has some sort of bad luck. It isn't halfway in the race, but Fitzwater the same way. Those drivers came down pit road and took only gas, and that did not pay off for them. Lap cars, Alexander Rowe and Bobby Jones in the way of the leaders a little bit. Davis trying to cut clear of them and trying to run down Luke Martin, not wanting him to get away so far. Matthew Rodriguez there in 3rd. Ryan Acosta's 4th. 5th place, how about this? The point leader, Eric Demax, trying to hang on to it. James Shelley's there with Cody Lamas. Dylan Young there. And shame for Zayden Davidson to be 2 laps down. I think he may be 1 lap down now. But Hayden Klein is somewhere up there. But Jesse Turner's in 9th and 10th place right now is Hayden Klein. Trying to get another top 10 for this season. But Dylan Schwellenberg looking to the inside. He's going to get back in the top 10. And there's Ryan Griffin and James Silverfox there. Silverfox has been nowhere this race, but great pit stops and great strategy from my Monster Energy Racing there. They're in the picture here for a good finish. Young to the inside of Cody Lamas is going to get that position away from him. Eric Demax as well trying to work on Ryan Acosta for 4th place. And caution flag is out again. Problem somewhere on the racetrack. Down in turn 3, Griffin Lapu McDermott and Joseph Shrigley have been involved. Here it is. Jack Halleck gets to the left rear corner panel with the 56. And Griffin slides back of the racetrack. And a big hit from Jake West. And then, wow, a hard hit down in turn 3 by Joseph Shrigley. and Griffin Lapo McDermott. And that's a hard hit. A slow-mo of it here. Halleck trying to make a move and just gets into the 56. McDermott couldn't do anything there and got spun around. And as soon as he did, he went along for the ride. And further back, Jake West, Hardy's National Series champion, coming along to the scene, comes and hits the back end of the 56. And then here comes Shrigley, gonna make a big hit into the right door of the 56, tumbling onto the banking. Both cars flipping down in turn 3. And that will definitely send both cars out of the race. And both teams did not need wrecked race cars. And it is a shame because Griffin Lapo McDermott in his debut was logging laps and getting experience and had been running well out of the way all race until then. Back for the restart again with only a few laps to go. 3 laps to go. Luke Martin got off to a fantastic start there over Jordan Davis. Matthew Rodriguez there in third. Then it's Eric Demax, Ryan Griffin, Ryan Acosta, Dylan Young, James Shelley, Cody Lamas. Those are the guys in the top 10. Here comes a big run by Jordan Davis. A big Hail Mary down into turn 3 by Davis, trying to make a run at Luke Martin. Jordan Davis and Luke Martin, their history goes long back. Martin hired on Jordan Davis for his rookie season. They went toe-to-toe for a championship between each other, and now they're toe-to-toe between each other here again. Davis got his first career win here at Las Vegas. And man, could it be a first career win for the team, for CM Racing. They're out front, and they've dominated this race. To the white flag, Luke Martin looking to bring it home for him. White flag is out for CM Racing. CM Racing has never won a cup race. Davis is looking to deny them. Right on the back bumper here. Davis is close, but can he make anything happen at turn 3? Luke Martin looking to make it 21 wins in the Sony Cup Series. Jordan Davis is there, but not close enough. Race for third, further back. But Luke Martin and CM Racing are gonna win here at Las Vegas. Luke Martin delivers CM Racing's first ever Sony Cup Series win as a team. And Luke Martin ties Eugene Demax for third all-time on the win list. Luke Martin dominated this race. CM Racing had such a good car. And he was able to fend off one of his old drivers that he brought into the series of Jordan Davis. Luke Martin back in victory circle again. It is the first time Luke Martin has won since 2017 at Rockingham. So it has been a long time, over 3 years now. And Luke Martin, CM Racing has been in the series for 4 years now. And they finally just earned their first ever Sony Cup Series win. Where is this speed came from in the Sony Cup Series by this race team, I am unsure. But they have found it. Man, the rebound by Eric Demax near the end has saved his point lead because Luke Martin, at some points during this race, looked like he was going to take the championship lead. But Eric Demax will leave this race as the championship leader. Again, Jordan Davis is there, second place. Matthew Rodriguez beat his teammate back to the line to get third, and Rodriguez came from ways back. Same with Eric Demax. Eric Demax fourth. Dylan Young gets the top 5. James Shelley, another great run today, gets 6th place. Ryan Acosta gets 7th. Cody Lamas gets the top 10 for Curtis Racing. A great run for that team. He had a great weekend all around. Jesse Turner gets, I believe, his first top 10 of the season in 9th. And Dylan Schwillenberg continues his top 10 streak of this season to get 10th place. Well, that was exciting right there at the very end. CM Racing. It is always exciting for a team to get their first ever win in the Sony Cup Series. And to see a driver return to victory lane after many, many years of not winning, like Luke Martin, even though Luke Martin stepped away on and off here a couple times since then, Martin delivered, and he showed that he is still a very talented driver and why he is such a legendary name and a legendary face in the series. Luke Martin brings this little team to glory and on the top step of over all the race teams for today. They are victorious, and they were the best today, and CM Racing finally can say that they have made it. Luke Martin wins here at Las Vegas. Let's get you our finishing results and standings after round 3.